Hello, how are you? Today I brought you a very famous drink, which is widely consumed in India and the East, and it really helps to fight inflammation in our bodies because it contains spices and herbs that are very effective in reducing low-grade chronic inflammation in our bodies. We know that people who are more inflamed feel more tired, have a slower metabolism, find it harder to lose weight, and may develop other health problems in the medium and long term. So it's super important to fight this underlying inflammation in our bodies, and this drink is a delicious and practical way to add these spices to your daily routine. When we say it's Indian, it might sound very fancy, but it's not. These are spices you can find at any supermarket in your city. I'm sure you're going to love it because the flavor is delicious. Stick around until the end because you won't want to miss this. Before we start, I want to ask you if you think you live with inflammation. I have a video here talking about the 5 signs our body gives us when we're more inflamed. If you're unsure, I'll leave this video here so you can learn a little more about it. Also, remember to like the video so more recipes and videos to help you with this will reach you. And to get the ingredients, take a look down below in the description. I'll let you know in advance that this recipe is very low in calories, but the nutritional information will also be down below. Here I have some freshly boiled water. I put it in this little glass here, and I'm already going to add the first ingredient, which is black tea. Black tea is a tea that's not used very often. Normally in daily life, many people only use it when they're feeling a bit unwell, a little sick. But black tea contains theaflavins and catechins, which are antioxidant and anti-inflammatory compounds that are really interesting for us to add to our daily routine. It has a very pleasant flavor, it stimulates our alertness, helping the mind work better, and it's widely used in India. On top of all that, black tea also plays a very interesting role in improving endothelial function and reducing inflammation in our bodies. So I'm going to cover this tea here and wait 5 minutes for the infusion to take place. You can already see that the infusion is happening. I'm going to strain the tea and bring it here ready because there are still other wonderful ingredients for us to add. So I've already strained our black tea here. I'm going to take it out now. And here is our water. You can see it's still steaming. Now I'm going to add some spices that I already ground beforehand, and here's why. This way, just with very hot water, we can extract the bioactive compounds without having to boil it by decoction. One of them is clove, which I crushed in a mortar until it became this powder here. Clove is very rich in eugenol and several anti-inflammatory essential oils. In fact, eugenol is a powerful anti-inflammatory and antioxidant, and it has a very, very strong effect, even comparable to some painkillers. Of course, the idea is not to replace any kind of medication with these spices, but to show you the very important role they also play in fighting inflammation. I'm also going to add powdered ginger here. Ginger contains several bioactive anti-inflammatory compounds, such as gingerol, showgales, and many others. It is one of the most studied spices when it comes to controlling inflammation and reducing inflammatory markers in our body, such as tumor necrosis factor alpha and interleukin-6. Ginger is able to act directly on these. And also, like clove, there are already several scientific studies that prove the anti-inflammatory role of ginger, including comparisons with some medications and even its effectiveness in reducing pain. I'm also going to add cinnamon here, which contains cinnamaldehyde and several bioactive compounds. And it has this anti-inflammatory role not only because of these bioactive compounds, but also because cinnamon helps improve insulin secretion and blood sugar levels. And we know that when we improve the glucose metabolism in our body and prevent insulin spikes, this also helps control inflammation in our body. I'm also going to add nutmeg here, which also contains eugenol, sabanol, and various other bioactive compounds that are anti-inflammatory and antioxidant. In fact, they can help improve our digestion, reduce inflammation in the intestines, and have a very interesting carminative effect, decreasing intestinal spasms. And we know that improving gut health improves our overall health and reduces inflammation throughout the body. Lastly, for this part, since there's still one more ingredient left, I'm going to add ground cardamom. Of all these spices here, I think cardamom is the hardest to find. So if you can't find it in your city, you can leave it out. But if you do find it, add it in because it contains limonene, other bioactive compounds, and cineol, which also help due to their anti-inflammatory and antioxidant properties. And cardamom also acts directly on the digestive system, as I mentioned, as a carminative, reducing intestinal gas and promoting healthy bowel function, which contributes to an overall improvement in health and a reduction in inflammation throughout the body in a more systemic way. The smell is amazing. The combination of these spices here is fantastic. This synergy, this little blend of them is really interesting. I'm going to cover it for about 5 more minutes so that the extraction happens more thoroughly. Since everything is in powder form, I won't even strain it. I just need to add one more ingredient later so we can enjoy this treat and enhance the absorption of these elements. Now, we just need to add one more ingredient so we can enjoy this treat, and I'm going to add coconut milk. You can even make coconut milk at home. I have a video on the channel teaching how to prepare it. It's highly nutritious. It contains lauric acid, caprylic acid, and medium-chain triglycerides, which don't need the liver to be absorbed. And since it's a source of healthy fats, those I just mentioned to you, it helps with the absorption of the fat-soluble compounds in these spices, in addition to providing a strong feeling of fullness, which is great for us. It also naturally sweetens and adds fragrance to this drink, making it really enjoyable to consume. It goes really well with these spices too, and ends up making this drink even more complete and nutritious. Remember that this drink can become part of your breakfast or your afternoon snack as a complement to these meals. Ideally, you should drink it plain, just like this, without sugar or anything else, because sugar causes insulin spikes, and that's inflammatory for us, as I mentioned to you at the beginning of the video. Now, if you want to add a few drops of stevia or another non-caloric sweetener, that can be an option. Tell me if you prefer it with the natural flavor of the spices or sweeter. I would love to see your comment. Remember to like the video because that helps me and lets YouTube know that you enjoy this type of video, so you'll get more videos like this. And if you know someone who you think would like it, share it, right? Let's expand this chain of kindness. That's what I want here with the channel. The smell is amazing. It's really delicious. It really turns out creamy because of the coconut milk. You saw that it was just a little coconut milk, but it already gives it a nice consistency. And I'll tell you, it has a flavor that's almost like a dessert, you know? Because of the coconut milk with the cinnamon, the spices, the cloves, it's really delicious. Make it at home. You're going to love it. See you next time. Bye.